Hi everyone, I hope you guys are keeping well. In this video, I would like to share with you my online clients, Adrian, who live in Mexico, who's contacted me 7 weeks ago with a herniated disc in his lumbar spine, L4, L5, L5S1, that was bothering him, and he was basically struggled to go back to work. And he basically started his rehab plan with me 6 weeks ago. And today we're going to share his progress and where he is and how he found basically this exercise and rehab plan that I customized for him through an online basically program. And we're going to go through his program and see how he's getting on. If you've never been in this channel, my name is Bob. I'm a physical therapist, and the purpose of this channel is to help people like yourself with simple tips and exercise for quicker recovery. If you have any question or concern, or if you're suffering specifically from lower back pain, you can always leave me a comment underneath of this video and I will be more than happy to help. If you haven't subscribed my channel, make sure to share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to press that like button. Let's get started. We basically want to kind of like go through just the case like where we started like initially, Adrian, because I suppose like we've been working together now more than 5 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And like I suppose like initially you contacted me after the injury. Maybe you tell them people like what happened, why did you contact me, and what was your fear, etc., and where we are to get to, today. Because I mean, your progress is good, man, and I'm happy with your progress because you're pain free right now. You're back to work. You know what I mean? And maybe just give people just some feedback. Like what did you got from the program that I basically provide you, and like I suppose the coaching part, the physio part, etc. Would that be fair, Adrian?
Yeah. So I could start with my story, right?
Yeah, like the
Okay.
initial injury, I suppose.
Yeah. So I was doing my own programming, and I was doing sort of a power building approach.
Mm-hmm.
And I would do a I'd be the one that had the most intense workout in the whole gym. And I would come from working in the sun all day,
Yeah.
from waking up at 5 in the morning to working to 5 p.m., rushing home,
Full on.
maybe eating something small, and then heading to the gym, and then working ridiculously hard on my body and on my strength, and then going home, and then most likely not consuming enough protein and
Okay.
carbs.
Yeah. On a
Um,
very restricted diet, I suppose. Yeah.
yeah, on a very very restricted diet, because I think I was forcing myself to do a lot of activity, and I was not forcing myself to eat, if that makes sense.
I get you.
Because I was just eating when I felt hungry, and it wasn't nowhere enough, because it was probably around 2,500 calories and about 100 grams of protein. But I
Yeah.
weigh 100. I weigh 100. I weigh 175,
Yeah.
and I work construction, labor, heavy work for 10
Yeah.
hours a day, and then
I
I go
get
in the
you.
gym, and then I do about 2 hours of heavy intense exercise.
Exactly.
Um, and so I ended up getting some symptoms of back pain, and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
notice it was because of what was happening, maybe this starting to bulge. But eventually, after a deadlift session that I had, I ended up I ended up feeling that something wasn't right. And immediately after, I didn't have pain, and I stopped my workout halfway. It was a back day on Saturday,
Uh-huh.
and I ended up going home, and that night I went to go watch a movie. And that's when the first time I actually had, for some reason, I think it was instinct or impulse, to
Yeah.
like sit up straight. I didn't want to slouch how I usually do, because a lot of times I slouch, but I felt the impulse to sit up straight, and I did that. And I did that those over those few days, and over a month. But after I went to a chiro to see what they would tell me, and they didn't tell me that. They should have told me that I should have went to get an MRI, but they didn't. They just told me that they thought I was fine, and then
Mm-hmm.
I was not content with that response, because my body was telling me something else. And then that's when I decided to get an MRI, because I didn't have a primary care at the time.
Of
And so I
course.
got an MRI, and I waited, and I waited to the end of the week for that, and I got the news on Friday. that I was did have disc herniations, L4, L5, and then all L1, L2, L3, L4, all disc bulge.
Yeah,
Um,
L3, L4, L5, S1. Yep.
yep. And that week I was still working, and I didn't really have excruciating pain. I had probably like level 4 uncomfort, level 3 uncomfort,
Mm-hmm.
to where I was still working. And then when I got the news, that's when I decided that I probably should take a week off of absolutely everything. And
Mm-hmm.
so that was on my own. I made the decision, and I took that week off. And then after that week, I felt ridiculously good. I felt like nothing had ever happened to me. No tingliness, no back pain at night. I didn't have heat in my lower back.
Yep.
Um, but then after I went back to work that week, at the end of the week, I ended up re-aggravating it when I was working in a weird position for a long period of time, and I re-aggravated my lower back because it was just recently hurt.
Yep.
And it wasn't that I won't ever be able to do bend over again, but it's that in that particular time I needed not to be in that
Yeah, your
vulnerable position.
body was very protective, I suppose. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I get
And
you.
then after that was around by December. After that week, I ended up taking probably that whole month off of work. That whole month off of work, and
Yeah.
then that's when I was also trying to do some exercises on my own from YouTube, um, from your channel, and
Yeah.
I did many of those, and they seemed to help, but I still wasn't very confident because I didn't feel like I was doing them very structuredly.
Exactly.
And so that's when I reached out to you, and I had and I decided to do an appointment for January once everything from the New Year's holiday and all the
Yep.
holidays be done. That way I can finally be at home and focus on that. And
Exactly.
so that's when we finally talked around the beginning of January.
First week of January. Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
And I told you my whole story, and I told you where I was at, and I was about at a pain level of 4.5. And
Yeah.
so I wasn't never in excruciating pain. I never had sciatica, but I was in moderate pain, and I was very scared of what had happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like mentally, that was really kind of like debilitating you, and you quit your job, and it was a bit of kind of like a fear of actually doing the same thing again and again. What should I do next? And I suppose you met a couple of the guys over there as well, and they didn't really not come. I suppose you didn't have an answer. Okay, where should I go next? I suppose.
Yeah, I didn't have an answer to where to go next. If I would be able to do some of the things I used to do, I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
sure because from the internet you get all types of
Informations. Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Adrian, if you don't mind, share just like in a sense of okay, what do you find about this program helpful? Like, I mean, the training, etc. What did you find helpful? And like, I suppose, what was your experience about doing it?
Yeah, so the program, I really like the program because it had a mobility. So it had the first thing to do was the mobility. It had you also try to do cardio for me, doing cardio and trying to document all those parameters as
Yep.
well as pain, as well as stress level, because the stress level and your mental will also affect your body.
Hugely. Yep.
Um,
Yeah. I get you. Um. And
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 and so sticking on that was what created more confidence and everyday things.
Absolutely, and within like kind of like 5 weeks, you kind of like, I mean, today you told me that you gone back to work. I mean, you doing something different, but I think we had a discussion that if you jumping back to construction works right away, probably would be not the smart choice right now. And you back and working now in the coffee shop. I mean, you're still active, and I mean it kind of just pay the bills, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And but I think when I see you in comparison to the first day is a huge difference in terms of your confidence about your body. You've done kind of like a bit of workout and training, and we kind of like progressing your routine now to the gym, which means you're going to go and use some gym equipment, etc. in the next, I suppose, 4 weeks. But the good thing is that I see like usually not just the only pain. Maybe just tell them like what's the pain look like now? Like how would you feel like? I mean,
so right now I'm at I'd say uncomfort level of like 0.5, almost non-existent.
Yep.
I've been and it's been like slowly. I've had some days where I felt very bad some days along the path, but consistently been going down.
Yep.
Down. And I think and I think going back to work and moving around, I decided not to go back into construction because I really was afraid that because it's heavy work. It's not light work. I was
Absolutely.
afraid that I would go back to phase one. So I decided just I'm gonna readapt, go work somewhere different. And I'm not used to it, but I gotta do something different and for a different situation that I'm in.
Absolutely.
And so I really do think and that one day I'll be able to do all that I used to do.
Absolutely.
With full confidence and so I'm trusting in the program, I'm trusting in what's
Amazing.
already in the human body for healing.
You can adapt and you can get stronger physically and mentally, man. That's amazing. Adrian, like that's perfect, man. I'm really happy where you're at. Thanks for sharing this experience, man. And I don't know, would you think this program can be a good thing for people like yourself who get injured with their back and they suffer and they don't have an answer, and they just try different things and randomly go to so many different professions, chiropractor, GPs, etc. What do you think of that? Do you think, based on what you done so far, would you recommend this to somebody like yourself?
Yes. So I would recommend it to someone like myself because you need to have something that is always the same, consistent in your day-to-day life. Because if you do so many different things, you're not gonna know what to compare it to. But if you do this program from the first day, you can compare it how you felt and how your confidence level was from the first week to the 6th week. And you have something to where you can give yourself peace of knowing that you are making some sort of progress.
Absolutely, man. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that you're saying exactly the same thing because, like, honestly, I think that's a huge factor that helps people to measure how much is too much, and that give them a step and stone that okay, I can do actually X and Y, and I can gradually build that up. That's brilliant, man. Listen, I'm delighted with your progress and thank you for sharing this. I'm looking forward to share more stuff in some other time, and go back to the gym, show some of the exercise that you do in the gym, and in a couple of months' time, we can get you fully back in maybe construction, man, if you like to. I'm open to that. Amazing, man. Listen, thanks again for the time. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you are suffering from lower back pain or disc bulges, sciatica pain, or so on, you can always contact me through my channel and ask me any question that you have in mind in regards to your recovery. If you would like to get a second opinion and try and see whether this program would be suitable for you, you can always book an online consultation and we can discuss about your case and go through your MRI report and see what are the options that we can get you started. There is no string attached. You can just have a chat with me and we can see whether can we get you started or not. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, make sure to subscribe. I really appreciate your help with sharing this video with your friends and family who may need this help. I would love to share with you guys a results of my other clients that you may haven't seen it yet at the end of this video in this link that you can see. What are the other basically recovery plan that people do all around the world, and that might help you to get motivated and get started. I would love to basically see your feedback from this video underneath of this video. Thank you so much for all your support, and until next week, all the best.